What's up, cuties? How are you guys? Thank you so much for joining me. Excuse me. Happy Thursday. OMG, when I tell you it has been a week for me. My goodness, it's my Friday. I am happy. But thank you guys for joining me. Child, look, it is in today's Negro News. I think it's going to be a whole new look just segment. Because one thing it looks like we can count on is some Negroes acting a fool. You hear me? But hello to the cutie minds. I see you, Linda Gamble, Teresa, Aunt Debbie, my sis, Pink Diva, also known as Pink Table Topics. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Shout out to the cutie crew. We are meeting this evening, 7:30 Central. I will put up a Hot Topics post once I'm done with this live. And if there's anything you guys want to discuss, just make sure to put it on there or just click the link or put it in the chat tonight. I'm just chilling. Nothing pressing. We're going to update our little Vegas vacay. And then, yeah, just kick it, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. But welcome again. Welcome, guys. To all of you. Marshannon is in the bushes. Thank you, sis, for peeking in while you are working. I appreciate you. And shout out to all of you cuties. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I always seem to run out of time. So hello again to each and every one of you. Let me put this back up here. A mess is all I got to say. An absolute mess this past week when it comes to, again, the fellas are majority of ours people. And I was on Patreon for a little bit yesterday, and I had to take a mental break, excuse me. It is a lot. So we're going to discuss today Halle and her 52-page RO or protection order against Diddy. He still hasn't learned his lesson because all of his family and friends came out yesterday doing exactly what Halle put in the paperwork. So it looks like he will probably have a couple revisions to that with more things added. We have Diddy and Cassie. You guys know that's going on, the Diddy trial. And look, they are saying that Diddy's lawyers are grueling her today, so much so that Cassie had to take a break. And people are afraid that she may end up going into labor. I'll give you guys a little update on that. They're grilling her, and they are trying to make it appear like I knew that they would. Happy anniversary again, sis, to Pink Diva and her husband. Happy anniversary again. You know, they're just showing a lot of her old messages. We're going to talk about that as well. We got Chris Brown. He's been arrested. A lot of us have been, let me not speak for you guys, but we know that Chris Brown had his own similar situation to the other couples that's on this thumbnail when he was with Rihanna. We know what went down. Rihanna forgave him, went to a basketball game with him a couple years after the incident. And it seems like everybody felt like not that it will ever be okay as far as what he did to her, putting them paws on her. But she moved on, and it seems like a lot of the public has moved on. I will say this week, these Negroes are showing out. Okay. And yeah, so Chris was arrested as well. We'll go through allegedly what they're saying that he did. I didn't even put the other little munchkins picture on my thumbnail because I just cannot stand him, period. But allegedly Tory Lanez was poked in the slammer. I got to be careful because YouTube and Patreon. I got a notice from Patreon, child, about changing a couple videos to adult only content. So they be tripping. And thank you, Angela Richardson. But anyway, Tory has since gone on to try to get his lawyers to have charges dropped. He's serving 10 years over the Meg Thee Stallion incident. They also came out yesterday and claimed that now the bodyguard is saying that Megan's ex-best friend is the one that used the pow. It's just all these different tactics, and it's been a lot. So before I get started, have you guys been tuned in? Has it been a lot for you? Did you feel icky? Because I did. And mentally, it's just it's a lot. I'm gonna show you, sis, when it comes to some folks that's coming to Cassie. We can start with that. Let's go ahead and get into Willie D. Willie D wants Cassie behind bars, child. Willie D, you guys should know who Willie D is. He is a part of the culture. He was a part of the Ghetto Boys group. And a lot of these Negroes are on naturally Diddy's side. So I'm going to show you guys what a couple of them had to say. Let me change my banner because everything that I'm discussing or sharing is covered under the Copyright Disclaimer Act. Yes, Teresa, it's been a lot. Hey, Rolanda. Hello to all of you guys. It has been a lot, Teresa. And, I will say this. With that rest that I had yesterday, I'm back. And I'm like, look, if Cassie can get up on this stand, then I think a lot of us should be able to at least try to attempt to. Just thinking about all the details. But at least try to get through this as women, just to learn what these other women have been going through. Hey, V Jackson. Yes, Mama V, I'm about to get into it, sis. Yes, ma'am, Pink Diva. Let's take a look. So he posted this 3 hours ago, and this is what he had to say. Cassie admitted to actively participating in the alleged crimes. Under RICO, accomplices face charges too. Her immunity undermines justice. Accountability shouldn't be selective based on appearance or gender. What are you all's thoughts about that? Okay, Misha, I'm going to start your comments, sis. It's going to be the first one that I come back to. But he wants her behind bars. He even has this AI image, which is supposed to be Cassie, and you guys see the bars in front of it. But he goes on to say, I know some of you are about to be tight over what I'm about to say, but I'll take my chances. I don't have a dog in the fight, but using Cassie's youth as a blanket excuse for the choices she made during her decade-long relationship with Diddy is problematic because it removes the necessary element of accountability, without which no one learns or grows. Diddy and Cassie is a cautionary tale for men who use their money and power to abuse others. On the flip side, it tells young women who will come after Cassie, no matter what you get yourself into and who gets hurt. As long as you are young, you won't be held accountable. Let me continue. One thing these Negroes gonna do is Negro. He said by her own admission, she stayed not out of fear, but because she didn't want another woman to take her place. Cassie is not some helpless victim. She's a savvy, home-wrecking opportunist who left Ryan Leslie for Diddy, knowing he was with Kim Porter, simply to upgrade her lifestyle, turning both Kim and Ryan into collateral damage. And let's not forget the kids. In court, she testified that she enjoyed the FOs, just not as often as Diddy did. She ultimately left him for the trainer he paid for, tried to blackmail him for $30 million, and when that failed, sued him and walked away with $20 million. Now, he had a lot to say. I hope y'all listening. Now she's the prosecution's star witness trying to bury him. Yes, Diddy was A.B. Yusuf and should have been punished for it. But let's not pretend Cassie didn't cash in after every black eye, pissy mouth, and UTI with designer bags and tropical getaways. Has she been a heavier, less attractive woman with a busted lace front, the same folks defending her wouldn't even blink. There's more. There's more. He said, wouldn't even blink defending her. I thought this was a RICO Act trial. According to the government, RICO aims to dismantle criminal enterprises by making it easier to prosecute leaders and those involved in the underlying crimes, even if they didn't personally commit the most egregious acts. By her own admission, Cassie wasn't just involved, she was a principal participant hundreds of times. So if Diddy is on trial, why isn't Cassie? To use her own words, right is right and wrong is wrong. Lock her up. Baby, this is why a lot of women do rest in their 92%, or at least have begun to, because of this. We are in day 4 of this trial. We haven't even seen nor heard all of the other countless witnesses. And this man, who has a large platform, both on Instagram, on YouTube, he is a part of a legendary group. He's already putting it out there. And the same thing in his comment section is the same thing that happened with Halle when it comes to DDG. But Teresa, you say this is the support we get from our brothers, always blaming us, but they always need us and our support. Negro, please. I used to listen to them too, the Ghetto Boys, peeping around corners. Okay, let me go to Misha's comment. Misha said, some of these people are so sad defending Diddy. I've worked with DV victims for over 10 years, and clearly she was a victim. He has so much control over every aspect of her life, so she complied. I agree, Misha. Absolutely. And he groomed her. Okay? Like from the age of 19. I will say this before we get to something else. We know that Diddy and his team decided that it would be a good idea if his daughters would come and show support for their dad. And Monday and Tuesday of this week, they were there. Yesterday, the testimony became so graphic that they left. Hey, Simone. And look, I don't think that Diddy's plan worked, because if what your girls who right now are only a couple years younger than Cassie was at the time that he started dating her. If it was too graphic for them to listen to it, it was too graphic for his ass to be doing what he did to Cassie. So I think that's going to backfire on him. So today, Diddy does not have the girls. They aren't in court. In court today is Diddy's sons and his mama. All right, we can take a quick look at this. Shout out to the Shade Room. All right, let's see this one. I think this is Mama Combs. Yeah, that's Mama Combs. So what are you all's thoughts about that? Do you think that that's going to backfire? I think that's a strong message to the jury. You know what I mean? For them. And look, I've been listening to Tisa Tales. She's been on fire. Armand Wiggins have been on fire. They are both in New York. And I wish I was I don't know. I wish I was talking about this trial more, because I would have loved to have been there to be a fly on the wall. But according to Tisa Tales, the girls were looking at Cassie while she was sitting up there on the stand testifying. They were giggling, they were laughing, they were rolling their eyes, all of the above. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to blame them, but I do think that that's going to backfire when it comes to them getting up and leaving because it was too graphic, especially if the jury considers the ages. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let me scroll up. Okay, I got that, Misha. Misha also said if they subpoenaed Misa, Young Miami, and some of his past women, I'm sure their stories are very similar about his treatment of them. Misa is there in support of Diddy. Misa is walking with a walker. I don't know what happened, but she said that she's also there to support her son, Justin. Young Miami, I don't think we'll ever see her, Misha. But I do think that all of the women in Diddy's past have experienced this type of treatment in one way or the other. Real quickly, I'll never forget, Diddy and Young Miami sat down and was talking to somebody. And, you know, this is when they were allegedly dating. And Young Miami was saying that Diddy can last for days in the bedroom. And we now know, and shit, I knew, because that's not normal. But yeah, he used all type of enhancement things and drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I also think that Misa was paid off, because she came out and hey Kathy, she came out and she was real upset at Diddy when Justin had that DUI charge. She said that he was leaving a Diddy party. And next thing you know, Diddy dropped down in her comment section and said, "I love you, queen." And she shut up. So I know that comment came with some cash, you know, but there's more that's coming. Now, another witness have disappeared. They feel like this person may be paid off, but I heard that Audrey O'Day will be a witness. Gina, that Tasha K interviewed before, and several other women in his past. But good point. Okay, let's see. Debbie, on your way to a doctor's appointment. Oh, and you feeling tired. Oh, keep us posted on Debbie. We are praying for you. And, you know, we had a long conversation the other day. Thank you for dropping in. And, you know, hopefully if you're feeling better, we'll see you in members only tonight. But get some rest on Debbie. Just rest. Those of you that don't know, keep on Debbie in your prayers. 1 week from today, she will be having a procedure done. So please continue to pray for Aunt Debbie. And we can't wait until that is over so she can get on back to her channel and all of that good stuff. But we love you, Aunt Debbie. Okay, sis, you say so. Take the accountability away from Diddy and make it all Cassie's fault. Right. He's sitting there breaking it down as far as Cassie's age and the first person, and how now young women can do the same thing that Cassie is doing, like Diddy didn't know her age. You know what I mean? Let's see, I read that one already. Okay. So anyway, I will go back over some comments, but I do want to move real quickly. Let's see what this one is. Hold on, guys, because I don't want to stay too long on that. Did they put here? No. Let me close this one. Let me do this one. Let me do this one. All right, I want you guys to, do I want to do this? Yeah, since we on this. Take a listen to what this reporter had to say, who has been in the courtroom when it comes to what's going on. And she's saying that Diddy's attorneys are trying to prove that Cassie participated in the FOs through loving emails. And then I'm going to show you guys some of the loving emails. And you know, when you are, number one, groomed, when you think you in love, and when you doing all of this, and this man got money and power, yeah, I'm sure there were some loving emails. We know that wasn't love. So take a quick listen. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Everything that's discussed are my own personal opinions. Anything shared is covered under the Copyright Act. Take a listen, guys.
To be important, and what defense counsel is picking up on is an email. So when these emails or BlackBerry messages are being discussed, she is addressing them to Puffy or Pop Pop. That was the nickname that she had for him.
I'm gonna pause right there. The lady said that Cassie used to call Diddy Pop Pop. I heard yesterday that her grandfather, who passed away, she used to call him Pop Pop. And Diddy then allegedly told her that he wanted her to call him Pop Pop. That is alleged. I'm not sure where I heard it, either Tisa or Armand's channel. But take a look.
And she told him that in order for me to be more open, I need to feel like you're my husband, that this is the only man who will have this aggressive sexual side of me. And this is where it gets to be important, because then she says in this email exchange that in the beginning, when we were in love and we did these freak offs, she responded and she said, it felt right. So that's what she says in that email. And defense counsel questioned her about that. And what she was referring to, it was those freak offs. And she said, it felt right. She said, we were in love. And then she said, I'm afraid, though, that I'm becoming just one of your girlfriends in order for you to get your fantasies off. So they are going through all of these communications, Ted, between Sean Combs and Cassie, trying to establish consent, that she was a willing participant, and in fact, sending messages to him, one of which I'm not going to read, talking about the things that she wanted to be doing in these freak offs.
Interesting.
All right, so you guys heard that. And again, the pattern that Diddy and Cassie both were talking about in text messages, again, it was years ago. They seemed like it only consisted of these FOs, you know what I mean? And Cassie did say in a lot of them, you know, or what she wanted to do when she got there. For me, that means nothing, because I think he played on her big time. And like we keep saying, that he groomed her and everything else. So I don't want to say, how can I say it? Because I don't want to say it wrong. I think that she was trying to prove that she loved him. LaDawn. Hey, LaDawn. Thanks for joining me, sis. My other cutie mod is here. Yes, Brittany Janae. I'll bring that up, and then we're going to go through just a couple of what's been going on in court. She is on the stand right now. Brittany Janae said people need to remember that Cassie was young and impressionable around that time. She absolutely was. Absolutely was. And that's important, Brittany Janae. You know what I mean? Look, we talk about We just had in members only, shout out to Philly girl. But we were looking at a lot of the prom dresses and the makeup of these young girls today and how grown they look. You can look all you want, but your mind, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of them, it's still that, a teen. So, yeah. Yes, DG. Yes. Consent can be withdrawn. But let me show you guys, shout out to Inner City Press, everybody, when it comes to a lot of these news agencies, law, law and dog, what is that? One of my favorite doggone channels. Law and News. Hold on. Network. Give me 1 second, because I got to look it up on my damn iPad right here. Law and Crime Network. Law and Crime Network is a YouTube channel that brings you all the details when it comes to a lot of these court cases, but they're even showing all the messages when it comes to Inner City Press. Inner City Press on Twitter. But what I was looking for, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Oh, that's not the main page. All right, give me a second, guys. Let's go through some of the messages real quick, and then we're going to go through another one. Halle. Oh, my goodness. All right. Here we go. Let's go back up here. All right, so Diddy's lawyers, again, are just trying to break her down. Cassie did have to take a break. You know what I mean? And again, folks are scared that Cassie, being 8.5 months pregnant, may go into labor. This has to be stressful. But I'll read a couple. What time is it? Okay, we good. Let's start here. And I'm just going to say Diddy's lawyer and we'll go on. But they said this was an explicit message from you about the anticipated upcoming FO. And the government prosecution objected. They said this is from July 2012. You say to Mr. Combs, I'm horny and bored. This was after a FO, right? She said there are a lot of texts here. And they said it's 25 pages. They say you would remember if an assistant came in during one of your sessions with an escort. She said, not necessarily. I was high. They say, so you don't remember much? She said, I had my privacy invaded a lot during that relationship. Let's go up. Diddy's attorney, he suspected you of having an affair with another person in the industry. You were in South Africa filming. She said, yes, honey. And they said, honey 3. And she started laughing. Diddy lawyer, while you were there, you saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina and you were irate, right? She said, angry. They said this came up later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Kid Cudi. She said Diddy brought it up quite a bit. Diddy's lawyer says when he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right? And she said sometimes. They then mentioned this eyebrow gash. And they say the eyebrow gash incident, what was it about? Cassie said, I didn't answer the phone and went to sleep. I was supposed to be packing for a trip. They said he was inebriated. She said, I don't remember that. Diddy's lawyer said the physical abuse, when did your father learn about it? She said, same time as my mother. Diddy's lawyer said, did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to speak to your parents? She said, I don't know if it was then. They said Carrie Morgan, which was her BFF, knew about the abuse. She said yes. Let's see, because it was some more juicier ones that I wanted to read to you guys. And I hate to even say juicy, but you know what I mean. You guys should know what I mean. Let me go down here. I will say this. There's a lot of people that's on Twitter, and I think that she's just nervous But there's a lot of people on Twitter that's saying that her laughing is making some of the jurors look at her a certain way. Like giving her a look, like, this is not funny at all. So I think that's nervousness. Shoot, where is it? Hold on, guys. Let's see if I can find it. What you do, Inner City Press? Okay, here you go. All right, you guys keep coming. I'm gonna come to the comments next, and then we're gonna get to Halle. Let me go down some. All right, so this was after the recess. I read that. So his lawyer said, so now these messages about FOs, when you say it doesn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday, either is fine. She says, that's what it says. Diddy's lawyer says, Mr. Combs says, maybe we can call Jules. Can you do it? And Cassie said, yes. Now, Jules, guys, allegedly is one of the escorts that they used to have in the room with them. And after, how could I say this? After the escort came to America, coming to America, Diddy would instruct Cassie to rub it on his nipples. And he requested for Jules in this message. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. God damn. Okay, so right here, Diddy's lawyers, you testified, you told him, I love you so much. You make me a better woman. She said, I definitely wrote those messages. Diddy's lawyer said, you wrote, I can't wait until we have a baby of our own. You knew he had 6 children at the time. She said, yes. They said, please read this, 1364. Cassie said, I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rushed me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need some attention. Diddy's lawyer asked, you wanted your special time with Mr. Combs? She said yes. Couple more. It's like reading a book, but yesterday I read so much I had to take a break. Today I'm good so far. Diddy's lawyers, what did you write? She put, you hungry? She said, you hungry, Pop Pop? And Diddy wrote to her, we are so in love. We don't do anything else. How long? Diddy said, we are so in love. We don't do anything else. So they asked, how long had you been seeing each other? She said, at that time, 2.5 years. Diddy's lawyer said, please read this. Cassie read, I wrote, I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass. This was an email from 2009. There was an objection, and Diddy's lawyer asked her more questions. They then say, and then I'm going to get to some comments. What was going on in these messages when they were sent? She said, I'm not sure. What was going on in your relationship then? She said it was early. We were loving. They offered something else, and the government overruled. Let's see. They said, you kept coming back to him for 11 years? She said, I wouldn't say coming back. You believed he loved you too? She said, I did believe he loved me too. So when he cheated on you, it hurt? She said, not every time. They said, others called him Diddy or Puff Daddy, but you called him Sean, right? Yes, you knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right? She said, in ways. It's another one. You love Mr. Combs, correct? She said, I did. For 11 years, you took care of him. In some ways, you called him larger than life. It's so much. And hopefully tomorrow, after I watch more this afternoon, I can come to you guys tomorrow. I'm off on Fridays. But they are trying to get her to break Diddy's attorneys. They have everything. Yes, Simone, Michael B. Jordan. Yep. And they said that Michael B. Jordan told her at the time, like, you need to call him. And look, Diddy wasn't even there in South Africa, but he always had eyes on her. which is creepy. But at some point tomorrow afternoon-ish or around this time, maybe I'll come back on my backup channel. It's something else. I will say that. All right, let me read a couple comments. I would put too much to the commentary at this point. There are many more witnesses to hear from. I agree, DG. Look, we are in day 4, day 5-ish, and they expect that this trial hopefully will wrap up around July 4th. It's May 15th, okay? And there's a whole lot more people and all of that to come. I want to know how you guys feel about what Tia Kim said about the DJ. You know what? I clicked on and off Malik like ASAP. Tia Kim needs to shut her ass up. I'm just going to say that. This lady became known for coming out here and going off on her baby daddy, Rick Ross. So the only reason why she's saying that is, from what I hear, is because she was just with Diddy this past weekend in Miami. They were on a boat or something together. They even thought that she was giving him fellatio because she was making all these moaning sounds. And anyway, she got seasick and she was throwing up. But yeah, once I heard a couple words of hers, I clicked off Malik. You know what I mean? So it's to be expected when people like her may have gained a couple more followers since she was spotted with DDG. So yeah, I don't pay her too much mind. Okay, couple more. I'm back in the YouTube streets again. School is out. Yay! Happy to see you as well. Diane, we about to get to Halle. We about to get to it, but I'm gonna read a couple more. Imagine having to relive all of that trauma in front of the whole world. How would you feel? It can't be easy. Look, sis, I couldn't have done it. And I get it. I think I may have mentioned this on my little short live yesterday on Patreon. I get it because it's giving other young girls, women, all of the above hope. You know what I'm saying? To stand up, and it's okay. But I wouldn't have. It's a lot of things that, and look, her husband loves her. He was her protector. And I don't know if she told him every detail of what's coming out. And it's a lot, I think, for he gonna stand by her. He's a great guy. But yeah, to have this out here like this, I don't think I would have done it. But kudos to Cassie, because if it wasn't for Cassie, coming on out and suing his ass, then he wouldn't even be where he is. So it's a lot. Simone, you say it's probably brain damage. Oh, because of that. Really? Because of the XTC? I'm trying to say it. Wow. And she did a lot of it, Simone, are you saying that because maybe she was laughing? That part? Okay. Diddy's daughters were trying to intimidate Cassie. Tisha Tell said the judge was strict. No talking, laughing of any kind in the courtroom. Diddy's daughters might have been told not to return. Yeah, really, me, I don't know for sure. Only thing I do know is they are not there. They are not there right now. So to the QT crew, we'll discuss more tonight in members only. And to the QTs, I will be live tomorrow, at some point. But I see you guys. Oh, my goodness. And I'm sorry. I should have made this a whole hour. I see you guys are commenting. Let me go through this Halle stuff real quick. And then, hopefully I'll have a little more time where I can go back and look at some of your comments. But I thank you guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Hey, Melanin Beauty. Hey, Gia. Hey, everybody. All right. So in other Negro news, before I do this, let me stop this. I'm going to hit and quit this real quick. I'm going to hit and quit this real quick because I do have them on my thumbnail. But Chris Brown has been arrested over in the UK. And this is for allegedly smashing a producer in the head with a bottle of Don Julio. So they say that this happened in February of 2023. I guess he'll get his time in court as well, child. It's just too much. It's just too much. But yeah, they arrested him. And I hope it's not true. You know, they even said, who was I watching? Somebody said that we need to stop saying innocent until proven guilty. I forgot who. A child and watch so many people. Because that's not for us. That's for the judicial system. But I hope it's not true. If it is, you know, he got to serve his time as well. But considering what Chris has escaped from as far as jail time when it comes to Rihanna and several other things, it's like, come on now, enough is enough. So anyway, let's go ahead and go through this restraining order real quick when it comes to Diddy and Halle. Aunt Debbie and I used to have so many conversations about Diddy. And Aunt Debbie, if I'm not mistaken, her first No Cap show, she mentioned Diddy. You know, you guys know way years ago, I was a big fan of this young man. Definitely not. And Halle was granted this restraining order. So I'm going to go through some of the details, but I did want to say when it comes to Aunt Debbie, you know, because there were big debates going on as far as he just want to see his baby. He just want to see his baby. And there is all up and throughout this doggone 52-page restraining order several times where Halle was trying to get him to pick up his son and he was busy. So when he would come online, I just want to see my son. Or when he put the hashtag free Halo, when he was doing all that, it was straight BS. Straight BS. But Halle did this the right way. DDG has run to social media. Halle ran to the courts. But like most Black women especially do, she was given the Negro grace. Some of these incidents happened in January, then March, it's May. And the straw that broke the camel's back was him texting her on Mother's Day, accusing her of being with another man, and they are not together, haven't been a couple since October of last year, and told her it's disgusting and evil. And then he went on social media to rile up his audience. But I'll scroll through some of this. She is seeking full custody, primary parent and sole. She accused him of verbal abuse, social media harassment, all that type of good stuff. Let's see. I really want to get to her declaration because all of this that's in this. Okay, so that's what I want to get to right here. All right, so I'm going to read this. This is the declaration. She says she's the petitioner in this case. She does have personal knowledge and facts, and she states this. DDG, his name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry, and I were involved in a romantic relationship for about 2 years, beginning in 2022, and it ended in 2024. They do have a son, Halo. Throughout our relationship and continuing to date, DDG has been and continues to physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abuse me. I am seeking orders to protect myself. Hold on, guys. And our son Halo from his ongoing abuse. She also put he's a professional YouTuber, a Twitch blogger, and rapper. Whenever he wishes to cause upset, he starts bad-mouthing me to his several millions of fans. He claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans. He goes live, ranting about me, and alleges that I am keeping Halo from him. This is false. I have requested a set schedule, which he refuses. She said, I am also a public figure and subject to public scrutiny and hate. As recently as this morning, oh shoot, go back. Hold on, guys. That moved too quick. Let me go back. As recently as this morning, May 13, 2025, Diddy was given an interview in Miami on TikTok talking about our son, flipping the script, claiming he's getting hated on by his fans. To be clear, I do not go on social media discussing our relationship or any of our issues related to our son. And she is not lying. Halle has said nothing publicly. Nothing. Who this remind you of, guys? Martell Hope. Martell, you're going to always get an honorable mention from me, sir. Yes, you will. But she said, I just do not do that. Only he does that. He is the one who creates this frenzy with his fans and my fan bases. And he is now going online to continue talking about it, furthering the frenzy. This is not child-centered. I have asked him to stop this behavior. He continues. He get paid for hits, meaning clicks and views, and this creates hits for him. All right, let's stop here. Oh shoot, 1:30. Let's go back. Since we broke up, we have had ongoing issues based off of his last-minute demands to see Halo without my schedule. He will not commit to a set regular visits or schedules. He demands Halo when it is convenient for him only. I never know when I will get Halo back or where he would be. Based on my discussions with his mother, I am aware that he leaves Halo with his mother for most of the visits, and his mother's cares for Halo. I want his family to be close to Halo, but I believe DDG should be present instead of simply leaving Halo with his family for days. She said on January 18th, DDG called and said he was coming over to get Halo, who was just 13 months at the time. I let him into my house and asked him politely, when will you be bringing Halo back? She said, again, I've asked for a set schedule. He did not want to talk and refused to tell me when he would bring Halo back. The discussion continued as they walked outside, and she was putting Halo into his car seat. She said that she was buckling the baby into the seat and physically got into the back seat to adjust the car seat. That's when DDG told her, get out my car, B. She said that the baby started crying and she kept telling him, stop calling me a B. She said she was very nervous. He was going to take Halo away while being very agitated. She did not feel safe leaving the baby with him in that state, and she ended up getting in the car. She said things did get physical between them, and she said they was wrestling and tussling, meaning, yeah, they sort of like fought each other. She said at one point he was pulling her hair. He then slammed her face on that steering wheel and caused her tooth to get chipped. She said she then stopped because she was in a lot of pain, and she just wanted to get out of the car with Halo, but now she was stuck. He then drove away. When he drove away, her house door and everything was left open. Now, Halle has all of that on a Ring camera. She also went and filed a POPO report. Let's see here. You guys see the bruises, the chipped tooth. She has all of the text messages. This one right here was so creepy, guys. This one is when he took a picture. He went to her house. She wasn't there. He went in an unlocked sliding door, went upstairs to her bedroom and snapped this picture of her bedroom and said, now I know what you've been on. This is the same man that gets on social media every day with all these other women and I ain't thinking about her, all of the above. and you done broke in this lady's house, took a picture of her bedroom, and I guess because the bed wasn't made up, now you know what she been on. So you already know what he was thinking, that she was in there with a man. What did he do? Smell the damn comforter stew? Yes, simply. Absolutely. He been lying all the time. Even right here, I got to play pause. You can see him say, uh-oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. You can see him say, after he sent her that, I have to go to work. You can pick Halo up from George. George is her mama's boyfriend. Everything that DDG, this is Halle's proof that she filed that police report. Kudos to her. This is when Halle was filming a movie in New Jersey, and he was acting a fit, throwing a fit, excuse me, saying he wanted to see his child. Halle called her lawyer, and DDG flew his mama to New Jersey to get the baby. Halle said that she only called her lawyer because she wanted to let it be known and clear when he was supposed to have that baby back to her. And he said, B, you gonna pay for her plane ticket back to LA. Hold on, give me 1 second. But simply, you are absolutely right. That was an act for social media. And also, don't forget, simply, he made a song about it too. Let me see my son, child. Let's see. Let's go to a couple more. But that's the travel itinerary or travel agreement that Halle had drawn up. These are more messages. Oh, no, these are messages between Halle and his mom. His mom had Halo at the time, not him. We know the only time that it is breaking and entering Virgo child. We know the only time that DDG really want that baby is so he can parade him on social media. But she also showed the judge examples of the hate of his fans. This one say, free Halo, biatch. This one said, let DDG see his son, free Halo. You out partying, but couldn't let him have his son. You could have let DDG see his son. And she also provided proof that DDG don't even have a son. His mama do. But what I want to show you guys real quick when it comes to this DDG, this is a pattern with him. One girl, this is when I started following DDG years ago. He was with Kennedy Simone. Kennedy Simone is a sweetheart. And, excuse me. Hold on, guys. She ended up getting into YouTube and all of that, because he was a YouTuber and he turned her, told her he felt like it'd be a good idea if she got a channel. And she did. Anyway, after Kennedy Simone, he dated Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose is a singer and an OnlyFans performer. But, dog it, I wish I would have sent it to myself. And I was thinking, let's see here. I just wanted to show you guys the same messages that he sent Halle. He did the same thing to Ruby Rose. The same bruises that Halle has. Ruby Rose came out years ago with the same thing. Dog it. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. If I'm not mistaken, this channel had. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I just want you guys to see this. This is a pattern. His mom came out. His brother came out yesterday. Just straight acting. I mean, he was crying. And you think my brother would hit a movie star? His mama. Normally I'll stay quiet, but I got to speak on this or whatever. His friends went online yesterday. All of them talking about Halle. Here's one. His friend Baby Rich saying that Halle used to beat the ish out of DDG. And then DDG's brother, after DDG's friend said, neither him nor Halle put their hands on each other. So which one is it? Which one is it? And they just gotta be dumb, because all of that is further evidence of what she got in this doggone message. I mean, in her restraining order. Look at baby Halo, so cute. Let's see. I'm looking for, shoot. I'm looking for Ruby Rose, and I got him in my phone, but I wanted you guys to see the doggone the same text messages. He told her, I'm going to ruin your career, just like he told Halle. He told her, if you tell people I put my hands on you, I'm going to, you're going to regret it. Same thing. So, child, this girl who I found on Twitter yesterday, she been posting, child, because I'm scrolling, and I cannot find Ruby's pictures, but let's see if I can find them before we go. But the good thing is her restraining order was granted. She wants him to have supervised visits for 6 hours only with a professional present. Excuse me. With a professional, I forgot the name of who sits with the parties that's going through like these custody agreements and issues. She wants him to have 52 weeks of counseling, for abuse. And look, DDG is a popular streamer. Halle Bailey is a A-list celebrity. And he's always been jealous of that. And he effed around and found out. Dog it. I wish. I can't find it, guys. This just show you how much they be posting on Twitter. But anyway, you guys get my gist. I wish I could have found it. But he did the same thing to his girlfriend that was directly before him dating Halle. I'll throw in as well, when it comes to Ruby get around. Pretty girl. Ruby get around. Ruby is, again, an OnlyFans model. She don't care about showing her body. She don't care about none of that ish. And that means nothing when it comes to this. But DDG knew, because of that, a lot of guys wanted Ruby Rose. And he and Halle got into an argument one time, and DDG called Ruby Rose right there in Halle's face. Right there in her face. So I'm just glad. Absolutely simply. Oh, and another thing. He can't say anything about Halle or Halo on any of his platforms. All of that is detailed in that 52-page order. He can't have that baby on his live streams anymore. None of that. And I can guarantee you, her lawyer probably went right on back down to that courthouse today after what these fools that's tied to him came out and did yesterday. They all capitalized off of this. So yeah, put a cease and desist on them as well. But simply, I agree with you. Though they will be used against him. Absolutely. Then, typical Negro. Again, this is in today's Negro news. Typical Negro, after he riled up his audience, he would then, not audience, but yeah, audience when he's live, or subscribers, followers, whatever. He would then say, well, y'all don't hold this against Halle. Y'all make sure, don't go over there to her page or anything, after he knows that they already have done that. Straight narc. Seems like, the ages of the narcs just get younger and younger, child. I am satisfied and single. You hear me? Ain't nowhere in the world I'll deal with a Negro. Yes. And the good thing about that, Jane Doe, Halle was granted where she's able to take Halo to her to Italy, and she'll be there for 2 months filming a movie. So look, that baby, I'm not saying that this man don't love his child. He just don't love his child like he should. That's what I'll say. Because if you love your kid, you're not doing all this bullshit to the kid's mom. You wouldn't even have that baby if it wasn't for her. So we know that it takes two to create a child. The mama had to carry him. This picture, he should have been extremely grateful. He introduced Halle to Blueface and, well, I don't want to say introduced, but yeah, introduced to Blueface and Krishan. And look, may God continue to bless Krishan's little baby boy, Junior. Halle carried her baby correctly, safely. Krishan was smoking weed, drinking, and all of the above. And unfortunately, her baby was born with issues. DDG should have been grateful for that. So yeah, it took your little fish to swim on up there, but she carried that baby. You know what I mean? Sis said this is proof how important it is for women to be mindful who they have babies with. It's so unfortunate, but as soon as the baby is born, that's when the issue seems to come to the forefront. Sad but true. Sad but true. You know what I mean? A lot of people are saying, well, she should have married him. She should have married him. He could have turned out the same exact way. So thank God she didn't marry him. She was granted temporary sole custody of Halo. Yes. Yes, I mentioned that simply, but she's also going for primary and sole, you know, to have the right over everything, medical and everything else. Okay, let's see. Couple more. In today's Negro news, they just updated she granted temporary. Okay, simply. Sis, baby, that girl is from the whole camp of Beyonce. Beyonce discovered Halle and Chloe. And you know, Beyonce don't ever come out and address anything, period. And Halle did the same damn thing when it comes to this. So, you know, sometimes you just got to sit back and let them do what they do. She had enough this past weekend because once again, he riled up his audience and told them that she was over there with the singer Brent Faiyaz. She said that she wasn't. She was sick of. You know what I mean? So I love it. Tia Kemp needs to go sit her cuckoo for Cocoa Puff's ass down somewhere. Act her age. Okay? She had to fight Rick Ross for child support and every damn thing else, but telling Halle to keep things out of court. Nonsense. Halle ain't listening to Tia Malik. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Right. It won't matter at all. Show him what it's looked like to be A-list. Look, sis, I put that on his brother's somewhere, child, but his brother said they both A-list celebrities. I said, no, Halle is an A-list celebrity. Your brother is an A-list streamer. It's a big ass difference, okay? Big difference. So anyway, kudos to Halle. Prayers going up for her. I'm glad that she's doing all of this early. Let it. That baby is 18 months. You ain't going to put me through hell till he 18. Absolutely not, sir. Prayers going up for Cassie. The prosecution is trying to force the defense to be done with her tomorrow as far as her last day of testimony. But I doubt if they do that. So I'm going to tell the cutie crew now, some of this stuff is what I'm going to be talking about tonight, but I will go ahead and put up a Hot Topics post. You guys know how we do. Bring your drinks, and we shall meet up in a couple hours. But dog it, this is why I don't like coming on sometimes during the day, because I want to stay and talk, and I can't. I gotta go. But I love you guys. If you did not hit the like button. YouTube Q said, Biatch Arse Negro. And today's Negro news, y'all look out for my segment, because I'll be talking about these Negroes. I'm sorry, it is what it is. If they wouldn't give folks any material, then we wouldn't oh child, yes. If they wouldn't give us anything to talk about, we wouldn't even be here. This is what I was afraid of, that cross-examination. Yes, Simply. And they are grilling her bad. They are grilling her. So far, she had to take a break. But when she came back, she seemed to have been in better spirits. You know what I mean? Holding her own. But they're not going to be done with Cassie by tomorrow. I'll say this and I got to go. They said that Diddy's lawyers said they worked up until 3 a.m. this morning. And they introduced 400 new, attempting to introduce 400 new pieces of information into evidence. 400. So, and that's all stemming from Cassie's testimony. So there's no way, in my opinion, do I think that they'll be done tomorrow with Cassie on purpose. I think they want to drag it out and bring everything out when it comes to Cassie and Diddy. But we'll see. I got to go. I love you guys. Thank you again for joining me for this Power Hour. Cutie Crew, see you guys in a couple hours. If you did not hit the like button, please, and shout out to the Cutie mods, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, all of the above. All right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have some more hot topics, and Cutie Crew, see you guys in a couple hours. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat.